everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Higurashi no Nakakoroni, or Higurashi when they cry onikakushi. We are going to load this bugger up. We were just being attacked by two people. Then I just had to settle with the first move. I step in and strike the first one down. Knowing my target down, the man had already been knocked down before. I stepped in and swung with all my might. There was no way for an unarmed person to guard against it. It would cause immense damage. They blocked it with their arm. Their bone was snapped like a twig. They turned their back to it, then as possible, the blow would travel all the way to their vital organs. It looked like he was aware of this. He pushed farther through the kill zone between us and delivered a fist right to my gut. Not good. This distance in this position stayed. This was no way for me to dodge it. The world flips under and I knew I'd been tossed around like a rag doll, landing on the soccer with a sound, feeling a grainy soil press against my face. It didn't hurt at all. At the moment I thought of that, I suddenly felt pain, and an abrasion on my skin, as the contents of my stomach being forced upward, blood in my mouth with a bitter sensation. I knew very well I didn't have much time to relish this experience. I stood as quickly as I could, but at the moment the other man was already barreling towards me, and to comprehend, I simply couldn't dodge it. It made it more upsetting. After plowing into my stomach force again, my assailant twisted around behind me and locked his thick arm around my neck. I felt like he was being crushed by his immense strength. Couldn't even contemplate what was being strangled, or that I was about to go unconscious. My vision simply darkened, and silent whining noise began playing deep in my mind. Took everything I had to keep myself from blacking out. While this was happening, the other man was more likely standing in front of me. I was able to open my eyes, but I could feel he was there. There was nothing I could do now. Unable to shake this arm off me, I couldn't run, I couldn't fight back. Dire straits, I couldn't even come up with the phrase how adequately that described my situation. Feel your ceiling. Smell my bed and pillows. I know it all too well. Is this my room? Normally there wouldn't be anyone in my room besides me. The present made me spring wide awake. When did that happen? Pain shot through my entire body. Feeling alright? I think you better just lay down for a bit. Why was Rena in my room? I began to surge through my muscles and calipers. Rena's smile belonged to the Rena I knew well. I knew I shouldn't let myself feel this way, but I relaxed, thinking of this version of Rena was safe. Why am I... Do you remember? For losing consciousness, nothing at all. Body became lethargic as I couldn't ever have imagined. That's what would be expected of the outcome of exerting everything I had back there. I tried to at least clear my head, but I couldn't shake the sluggish feeling out of my mind. I called the doctor. He should be here soon. I think you better just lie down until then. I wasn't injured seriously enough to merit calling the doctor, but knowing someone impartial was coming was a slight insurance. I might hear, and I'm sure I was at the damn site. That's what I want to know. What happened? When I got there, Keiichi-kun was already passed out. That's why I'm the one who wants to know. I was attacked by two weirdos. As I talked, I finally remembered what happened before I passed out, calling the memory of the terror that went along with it, the fogginess around my head. Let's forget about those two for now. I didn't expect Reina to be nursing me. Thought Reina was trying to kill me. She would have had the perfect chance while I was unconscious. Oh, but go away. Not only did she not kill me, she had nursed me back to health. Amazing, you could drag me all the way back here. Wasn't I heavy? Looking at Reina's delicate frame, it's hard to believe she had only gotten me back home. but even dragged me all the way up the second floor. Did she have some help? Don't you remember, Keiichi-kun? Reina appeared surprised but still kept her smile. I only popped you up on my shoulder. You said you could walk on your own and that you're fine. You don't remember? I didn't remember. Memory was fuzzy after the point where I lost consciousness. What about those two? Huh? How you got there, Reina? The ones with me, or rather those two guys. There wasn't anyone, she said bluntly. The way she stated it was slightly unpleasant. She was too timid at that time. I might have been able to force some answers out of Reina, but I did that, then this kind of Reina might transfer into the scary Reina who I didn't know. Fearing that, I didn't press any further. Thinking about it was the obvious choice. If both those men were there, I don't think Reina would have even stood a chance. I couldn't find a way to explain it unless I assumed she brought me here after those two were already gone. Reina was still smiling. Her eyes sparkled warmly, yet it felt like I was hallucinating when I saw something akin to a shadow slowly creeping across her face. That small moment sent shivers down my spine. While Reina was still Reina, I needed to make first contact. I needed to make contact with Lishi-san. Reina stopped me when I tried to get out of bed. She said it would aggravate my wounds, so I should sleep. I'd like to go to the bathroom, though. Sorry, Reina could say nothing else. While Reina stayed in the room, I quickly went downstairs, get her receiver from the living room. Brushed the world-rain ding-dong, and down after Reina called her. Strange for a patient to welcome in the doctor who's making a house call. But he incredibly reassuring I'm here to be considerate to take Oishi-san get here. Carelessly opened the door with that simple session. I regretted it almost instantly. Neon? Oh, you look just fine. Heard you collapsed, so I came to check on you. How'd you know I collapsed? Heard it from Reina over the phone. Do I need any other than that? And any other reason than that? I understood why she called the doctor. Why me on, too? Reina descended the stairs behind me. Reina, doesn't Keiichi-kun look pretty alright? Gee, she made me worry for nothing. That's true. Maybe I worried for nothing as well. They began laughing. It appeared to cheerful laughter, but I couldn't shake this feeling that there was a darkness living over them. Well, what's up with this Shirak? How did it get like this? Shirak that I'd smashed to pieces. Been there since yesterday. I fell, you see, in the bat I was holding at the time slammed into it. This is what happens when you swing around something you're not used to handling. Look at the fact that it was none of her business to myself. But leaving this like I did was start your parents when they get home. I'll fix it up for you later. Now come on, Kei-chan. Terminally ill, need the rest. Come on, back to bed, back to bed. Both of them urged me up the stairs. I had no chance to call Ishi-san. I was pushed into my bed. As I was aware the first time Mion had been in my room, she began searching around intently. She fiddled around in my room, was scolded by Reina. You can imagine how it went. It was uncomfortable having my room being poked. The conversation was so benign that it was heartwarming. During that instant conversation, Mion said something as though it was perfectly ordinary. Reina, did you call the manager? Yep, right after I called Mi-chan. He said he'd be over right now. Manager? Then, out of place where it gave me a bad feeling. Reina called a doctor and called me on. After that, she called a manager? Who's this manager? Since Reina and Mio's conversation seemed so peaceful, it only felt slightly odd. What are you two talking about? Who's the manager? You didn't know, Kei-chan. We mean the manager when we say the manager. Like the director of a movie or a foreman of the construction site. I dug through all my memories of business with me. Only one came to mind when Reina just said that. The construction foreman, the first victim of the incident. Dismemberment at the damn construction site, the foreman. It was strange. He was supposed to be dead. There's no way they could call him. I don't understand what you guys are talking about. What does the manager have to do with me? He said he was coming. Did you into my house? That's one of the most obvious question after another. But all the two of them did was smile coyly at each other. There was a huge difference between how they appeared and my suspicions were playing out. Slowly I felt discomfort and panic swelling inside me. Couldn't understand what Reina and Mion were talking about. Kei-chan, you've gotten into baseball lately, haven't you? Pretty sure the manager will be happy to hear that. So, who is this manager? The manager's the manager. So who is this manager? Ren and Mion looked at each other and laughed heartily. A disturbing cackle unpleasantly resounded around me. Laughed long enough to be unsettling, eerily abrupted. Oh yeah, we should finish it before the manager comes. You remember, don't you, Kei-chan? Her face was lighting, and eyes told a different story. Remember what? Kei-chan, had he forgotten, I wonder? About the penalty? About the penalty? Did you really forget? The homework with the mochi. Homework? You were supposed to guess which one Reina made. You forgot about that homework, didn't you? I certainly did have that homework, but I'd thrown away the rest of the mochi after found that sewing needle. So I wasn't able to answer which one Reina made. Another for that? Why now? No doubt my question was written all over my face. The answer to my question was dry laughter. I could no longer make heads or tails of anything. I began thinking this entire day was somehow insane, strange, incomprehensible. Being chased by Reina, attacked by strange men, and the penalty Mion and Reina were talking about. What were those two laughing at? It'd take long for me to realize I had been dragged into an abnormal situation. Who were those two? Who were these people? Who were these doppelgangers of Reina and Mion? Reina got behind me at some point. She was pinning my arms behind my back. What are you doing? Don't move. This is your penalty. My body was already very sluggish, and Reina pinning my arms down made it uncharted to move. I seriously tried to struggle, but I wouldn't even budge. My panic began to well up when I realized this was well beyond the realms of a joke or penalties. Freakishly monstrous strength, it would seem impossible for a Reina that I knew. Then those thin, frail arms grasped me firmly. Whose arms were they? Kei-chan, no struggling. Cub rules. There are no exceptions. You can't fight against the penalty. Mion, no, that thing that looked like Mion spoke to me like how Mion would speak to me. But I was certain that that was not Mion. Someone who wasn't Mion, someone who was just pretending to be Mion. Need to finish this up before the manager comes. Mion fished in her pocket and pulled out something bizarre. I could tell what it was by looking at it, but something in her pocket, I wouldn't accept it. What is that? It was a small syringe. Small clear syringe what a doctor used one to him when you were sick. Reina held me even tighter. I could tell from the flattering laughter. No longer it sounded blaring in my ear. The eerie laughter. It wasn't something the Reina I knew could ever produce from her own throat. This thing that was pretending to be Reina was their real laugh? Unable to defend myself, the syringe man was holding Drew closer. The needle tip waved in front of my face countless times. Don't worry, it won't hurt, What are you planning on doing? What kind of sick joke is this? What are you saying, Kei-chan? You know exactly what's going on, don't you? About what? I don't understand any of this at all. No use for playing fool at this late in the game. I know you know. No use playing fool this late in the game. Stop talking nonsense and trying to confuse me. You're going to have done to you what we would have done to Tomitaki-san. What? The same as Tomitaki-san? I didn't really understand what she meant. What did that have to do with the syringe? Lying down, Keiichi-kun. Should have realized it by now, Rena whispered in my ear, laughing as if it admonished me. But even the way she spoke was repulsive beyond compare. Plain dumb, me. About what? What do you mean the same as Tomitaki's-san? Everyone at first it was a hit, except for the officer got closer, checking if it was still alive. He noticed it was a normal situation. His throat was scratched out from a knife or something. No, nails. Nails? Nails as in fingernails with those scorched through. That's right, Tomitaki-san had clawed out his own throat with his nails and died. There's no way someone could die like that. So then, for that to happen, we thought drugs were to blame, but nothing of that nature was detected. That's right, the police didn't find any drugs in Tomitaki-san's system. The police told me they didn't find any drugs in Tomitaki-san's body. Gweh. Both of them laughed together with a sickening laughter. Of course they laughed. To assume such a medicine didn't exist just because the police didn't know about it was completely foolish. Even the drug that caused Tomitaki-san to die, such a bizarre matter, did exist. If Mion injected this into me, then that would probably be all the proof I needed. That basically meant I'd end up the same as Tomitaki-san, become hysterical, scratching out my own throat in my last moments and die. For such an outrageous drug to exist, from Mion to be holding it, and that I was about to be injected with it. That moment I didn't feel as though any need to whatsoever question it. What kind of idiot was I thinking, trying to dodge flying straight for his face? Less time to think of what was flying at him. Just give up. Alright then? Neil's action lacked any gravitas, and that made it even more terrifying. There was none of the ceremony like someone is sentenced to death. There was no hesitation at all, as if she were brushing her teeth. Neil reached out her hand and grabbed my chest. It felt like electricity ran through the back of my head and my entire world had gone black. Did I stand too fast, or did someone hit me really hard in the back of the head? Having lost my sense of balance, I was assaulted by a wave of dizziness. Let's go down here. That was fucked up. We may or may not have just been injected with some shit. I squatted for a bit. When I came to my senses, my entire room had changed drastically. The numbness in my head was gone. With the sun, I could tell blood flowing from my extremities again. How long have I been squatting there? How many minutes? Or has it been hours? It was almost on the hands of the clock without moving every time my eyes closed. That's how little time had passed. Really? The air in the room was still filled with the madness from before, only a dull sense. Reina wasn't there pinning my arms. Mion wasn't there trying to inject me with a needle. No way. Could it be? All of it? Was a hallucination? There was no other presence in the room besides my own. The weird experience I had had. I was certainly with Reina and Mion. I doubted my sanity for a moment, but I was seized with some sort of confidence. The terrible idea was just a hallucination. Now that I ran a Mion, they wouldn't ever do do something so terrible. My head grew hot. I could tell my emotions were welling up. Why? That wasn't a reason to cry. Why? It was sorrow. Why was I sad? I don't understand. I don't understand. Kind to everyone, not discriminating against her gender. Mion. There was Mion sprawled by the window in an unnatural pose. Blood stained her, a deep red from her head down to her chest. Bright crimson smeared the walls that splattered. Had undoubtedly come from Mion. She'd always had a bright smile, from the day I transferred. Reina. Same as Reina slumped at my feet, making a pool of blood as Mion. I couldn't comprehend what had happened. Did someone come to save me? Did they beat these two down with this metal bat? I finally noticed the weight in my right hand. How long had it been there? It was Satoshi's metal bat. It was covered in deep red. There was no doubt This was the weapon used to mutilate both of them. And I was holding that weapon. I was the only person in the house. Looking at this objectively, I couldn't think of anything other than myself who could have done it. I did this? That's right, Keiichi Maibara. Of course I did it. Told myself gently as if coaxing myself. Amy, there's no reason for you to remember, nor is there no reason to regret. Eat or be eaten. You get that, don't you? But the blood, there's so much. Neither Ram nor Mion had moved an inch. It wasn't a split forehead or a trickle of blood, nothing that simple. The entire room was splattered with red. Told me it didn't end with 2 or 3 strikes. Were they dead, both of them? The deaths of the rounds were calm, but on the surface I was panicking and agitated. Calm down, Keiichi Maibara. What happened to your usual calm self? Come on now. No, do like you always do. Throw your head back and take a deep breath. Come on. Once, twice. Breathe deeply. Calm down. Calm down. I chanted in my head as I relaxed. Color came back to my vision. The smells remained in the air. At the same time, I remember what happened when I blacked out. Ugh, spooky. We're gonna leave it here for today and find out what happened while Keiichi-kun was out unconscious. So I love you all very, very much, and I got to say bye-bye! Hey guys, this was Yashiroreaper, and thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified and join the notification squad. Also, check out my Teespring and Redbubble shops, links below, with my Tumblr, Tapastic, and Amino app name. Thank you for watching. Hit the Patreon icon to help me continue making cool content for you all. Love you guys, and see you in the next video. Bye!